it's MK and I am back with another Kit Conspiracy layout. I am also combining this with Paw Your Way Into Our Hearts with Rebecca Lockhart and Miranda Weber here on YouTube. So I have 5 fabulous photos of my husband's puppy named Shadow. I also have this scrap left over from, I believe, yesterday's layout. I apologize because some of these layouts don't go in the order that I actually made them. So I can't remember if that was yesterday's or not. And then I could not wait to use this piece of paper. So I feel like that it is perfect for my puppy layout. And then I am trying my hardest to use up all of these stickers, you guys. I don't know if I'm going to use up all of them, but I am trying my hardest to actually get them used up because normally I don't know what to do because they are so large. So this time I'm actually trying to incorporate them and actually pre-plan to put them in my layouts. Okay, so I have a plan because it was a layout that I saw on Pinterest, but it was just an idea. I can't really put it up because I'm not following what he or she did, but I definitely wanted that aspect, which what they did was they took a piece of paper or two and they put it at the top of their layout and then really distressed the edges. And I mean distressed it, like they ripped the pieces and started curling them and stuff like that. I didn't want that much dimension on my layout. So I'm only going to use one piece of paper and I'm trying to curl the edges like they did, but very subtly. I don't want big old huge folds in my paper like the inspiration layout. So this is pretty much all that I do for the from that inspiration is just by ripping my paper and doing this portion of it. If I was thinking any more clearer, I probably would have put that up a little higher to show more of this gorgeous paper or cut my paper in half because I do love this plaid print. I know Janet said multiple times she does not, but I absolutely do. I don't know why. It is just browns and greens, and that is so me. All right, so off camera, I cut out all of my photos so that way they would fit nicely inside this banner piece. And then I decided, because of the folds that I just added to my layout, that I'm going to go ahead and pop up my banner piece so that way it sticks up off the page and it looks like the big bulky item that it is, right? Instead of nice and flat and skinny and whatnot. Now, the first thing I should have done, you guys, is cut out that white border because it does distract me slightly, but I do end up ignoring it rather well. So, but there is one spot that I just really could not, I just really wanted to fussy cut, but I did not. So I'm also trying my hardest to use up all of these large elements. Oh my gosh, I had no idea that they were this large. I honestly thought that they were, 3 inches or something like that. They're huge, you guys. And so I'm trying to use them. Now, I don't have a lot of moose in my area. We do have a local moose that got pushed out of from wherever he belonged or she belonged because of the fires that we had a couple years ago. And the moose definitely loves to stick around this area. It feels nice and safe. Nobody bothers it. The association can't do anything about it. So I know that it hangs out, but it's very rarely seen. Like you can follow what we call the moose trail because it leaves an obvious trail, unlike our deer. You can follow it, but never find it. And so I don't really have a lot of moose pictures. I do have one of where we actually witnessed it at like 5:30 in the morning, walking across the grass across the street. But yeah, it's insane that that we do have a moose, but not enough to document it with all of these moose items in this layout or in this collection. So I'm covering it up, but trying to save the leaves. So I will come up with a solution of how to finish covering it up later. But right now, that's where the green doily is going to stand for my puppy page. Now, this is just, we took our puppies camping. We don't normally, I know this is very wrong of us, we don't normally take our puppies camping. My lab does really, really well camping, but Shadow does not. Shadow, he is our guard dog, and so every little noise keeps him up at night. He's constantly wandering throughout the house, double checking all the rooms, making sure his children are where they belong, constantly moving around. You can catch him sleeping in the hallway, guarding the doors. You can catch him, sleeping right next to our bed. Just all the things, right? And so, yeah, he doesn't go camping with us very often, and it's not very fair that he stays home alone and we take the lab with us. So yeah, we do end up normally leaving them both home because of the fact of how protective Shadow is of us and our family, which we're very grateful for, but it makes for a couple long nights trying to camp. All right, you guys, so off camera, well, actually on camera and during all the hardship, I fussy cut all my leaves, and you guys, I have a bad habit of when I fussy cut, I want to see where it's going to go. And so I put it down. Well, I didn't record that part, or I cut out that part. I did record it. It just was way too long. I cut it out because of the fact that I still have to glue everything down. So I figured, oh, you guys can see it when I glue it all down. Right now I'm trying to make sure that I have enough space for this oversized frame as well as this oversized doily across my 12-inch layout. So I'm just strategically placing it here and there. I did find a nice little cluster that was in one of the embellishment packs to go and cover up my moose very nicely and yet still leave my trees exposed. So I really liked that. I just had to bring it up close and personal to make sure that I had it in the right spot so I don't accidentally cover up Shadow's face. And then I am using this banner, or this I don't know, stripe embellishment, strip piece, I don't know what to call it. That is from the Pages collection. You know, like you can create a page with it. I really like those collections because you can get a real true sampling of this collection and create one layout if you only have like one outdoorsy thing to document. And it covers all your bases. It's got a nice collection of elements and things, and they're nice and flat. You can pop them up if you want and things like that. I really do like their Pages ideas, or their simple Pages pieces and stuff like that. So I really do like those. Anyways, went ahead and glued that cluster up at the top, and then I really wanted to bring all this orange into my layout based off of the fact that I just really like that color. It is so stands out a lot. And so I had one in the butterfly, and I had one I think in the mushroom down below. So it was in the banner piece, but I wanted it elsewhere other than just the banner piece. So that's why I put that element up across the top left portion of my page, as well as added another piece to the frame. I just added a small little sticker. And then of course these little arrows I added all over, all over the place. I'm still tucking those ducks, you guys. I really am. I probably have like maybe one duck layout. So there's no way I can use 25 ducks on one layout. So yeah, I'm gonna tuck it. I might leave the actual where I have just ducks. I might leave those because of the fact that I do have one duck layout to do, but I'm not really sure, and I can save them and use them for other elements and things like that. So went ahead and tucked some more fussy cut leaves over on the left to try and widen that little leaf cluster there with that butterfly, drawing some attention over to the left. And then of course I'm blending everything, you guys. I'm trying to bring it all together. It's just going to be one huge cluster of embellishments. It's not going to be, I have a nice cute little cluster here, I have a nice cute little cluster there. Because of this banner piece, it just brings it all together beautifully. It kind of curves underneath and wraps around the two larger photos up at the top. I found some more sticker elements. I am really trying my hardest to remember all the things. Now I know the first Simple Stories collection that we played with at the beginning of the month, I had a hard time remembering the sticker sheet. And so this time I'm really trying to use up and remember to look at all the elements that are possible in, for my layouts. So then I had this little piece of, it's like a woven ribbon. And I have no idea what it's really truly called, you guys, but it is Miracle Ribbon. So it starts out really super thin, about an eighth inch thick, or wide, I should say. It's not thick at all. But then when you smush it and scrunch it and pull it apart, it turns into like this braided masterpiece. I don't know how to explain it very well at all, but I really had this leftover from a spool that I had been on my desk for several days, several weeks, probably a month, who knows. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to add some of this fiber. Why not? There's already a big old huge amount of things going on. Why not add some texture to all of this flat stuff? Now, it's not flat because I've got foam everywhere. I've got chipboard everywhere. I've got lots and lots of things. It is definitely not a flat layout, but adding texture makes it look like everything has texture. Like you can feel the leaves, you can smell the trees, you can all the things, right? All the things. And just by adding this little texture, I was like, God, I really like this. So what I'm doing is I'm tucking and weaving and twisting and bending and putting it into, along the top of my banner piece. But I'm trying to make sure that it touches the little paper clips or clothespins, I think is what they're called, that, the faux clothespins that are holding everything in place in a banner-like motion. And so I was like, oh, okay, so now it looks like it's holding all these elements to my ribbon. Woohoo! What a cool concept. So I'm just trying to, tuck and weave. And now what I'm doing is I'm going through and actually spreading apart and splitting everything. So that way you've got that woven look. I love this stuff, you guys. Absolutely love it. Close to my heart used to sell it. They don't sell it anymore. So it's kind of sort of precious in a way. So I think I have one more spool of this, but this is all that's left of my first spool. And I bought another one. Actually, no, it was not close to my heart. I apologize, up and down, left and right. It was Stampin' Up. This is a Stampin' Up product. So clearly, my kids are also showing their homework with me. So if you guys kind of see things in and out, hands darting in the lights, things like that, is because my children seem to do better at school when they actually show me every day what they did at school instead of just talk about, yeah, I had a great day. Okay, well, what did you do? Oh, I can't remember. So now what they do is they come home and explain to me every single class that they had and show me the work that they have done either for the day or have got a paperback from like a test and things like that. And they seem to do 10 times better than they ever have just coming home and saying, yeah, it was good. So anyways, that is my layout. I did add a bunch of splatters because I just felt like this was the kind of layout that needed a little bit of white splattering all over. I love that ending effect. And that is my puppy layout for today. I absolutely love my my husband's beautiful puppy. He is so gentle and such a sweetheart. You can never, ever say no to that face. He is such a sweetheart, honestly. But yeah, he just doesn't do well camping. He does not sleep at all. Every little noise he thinks is going to come and get us. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. Please go and check out Miranda and Rebecca's pages. Channels. They are linked down below in the description box, just below this video. Also to, and see what if they have a puppy layout today. Sometimes she tells me she does and sometimes they don't. But I like to play along just to keep it consistent, right? Well, I try to. And also too, don't forget to check out Janet Fritz's channel. Her link is also down below, and see how she is using this Lakeside collection today. I am shocked at how well she is making the collection not look like the collection. The first layout blew me away. It really, really did. I was impressed because it didn't even look like the same papers that we were playing with. Anyways, again, thank you so much, and I will check y'all later. Bye.